fans, welcome to a very special one-year anniversary of Talking Rattlers, where the banter is never out of season. David Tovar joined by Joe Rodriguez. Joe, pleasure to have you here.
Always good to be here.
Well, happy 1 year to us. And though you made your Talking Rattlers debut last week, you'll be part of many more, and hopefully you as well for the years to come. But we'll start off with of course, we'll talk Rattlers. We'll start off with basketball. Men and women not exactly faring so well on the road this past weekend.
Yeah, both teams lost, and that is the fourth loss in a row for the men's team. The women also a loss, even despite a Jackie Woods 32-point outburst.
And the road not very kind to the men this year. They've really struggled, and it's shaping up to be the Rattlers on the road in the Heartland Conference for the men.
For the men, yes. For the women, though, they're still 6-0 in conference play, looking to get that home court advantage in Heartland Conference play. For the men, though, a bit of an uphill battle here as they have two conference games, I believe, coming up this week on Thursday and Saturday.
Yeah, so it's going to be ever so important, very crucial for the men to get it rolling once again. But also this weekend starts your favorite, our number one ranked men's baseball Rattlers. They'll be taking the field over at Nelson Wolff. Their first pitch is Friday, I believe, 1 p.m.
Yes,
and
3
Joe,
p.m. 3 p.m.
3 p.m. Excuse me. And so we were talking about it last week on Talking Rattlers. But again, this team is loaded. They're ready. And Joe, by your estimation, are they ready?
I think they are. I talked to Carl O'Neill the other day. He's very ready. He's actually not going to be starting the first game. That'll be going to Rene Solis. He'll be starting. But after that, Carl will start the first game of the doubleheader on Saturday. And he said they've been working very hard, and we already know this team has a ton of talent. If they can combine that with some hard work, it's going to be a great season. But Dave, let's also get to the women's side of it, the softball team. Also ranked number one in the Heartland Conference. Article out today.
And that's by our very own Robin Johnson on the all-new
RattlersAthletics.com.
Yeah, so if you're watching us on there, thanks a lot. If you haven't, check it out, RattlerAthletics.com, brand spanking new. But our ladies, we'll go back to that for a second. They're ranked number one in the Heartland Conference polls. And, well, what a time for St. Mary's, both the men and women baseball and softball, number one.
Yeah, and the women looking for a four-peat, actually, in the Heartland Conference Championships. Look out for Taylor Vadrine this year. She's going to have her sophomore season after being a very effective freshman last year. I remember, I think there was 1 week she had 3 home runs or something.
Yeah, she had a game. She had a streak of games with home runs. And then we have our two aces coming back in Emily Britton and Madi Bissaro. I think they've both thrown perfect games. They have been terrific a staff with two aces. That's trouble to be reckoned with, especially in the Heartland Conference.
And I talked to Alex Rodriguez, another sophomore. She's very excited for this season. You see them coming in from practice every day in the cafeteria. They're all dirty, dirt all over them. And she's going to be playing second base this year again and playing a little bit catcher hitting in that 6 hole.
And the ladies, the softball team, they'll be over at the SISD Sports Complex Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, we'll be there as well. Keep up with all the live stats, all the action on the brand new RattlerAthletics.com. David Tovar, Joe Rodriguez with you. Stay with us. More upcoming, our 1 year anniversary, our 1 year extravaganza, our 1 year box social. Talking Rattlers, where the banter is never out of season. Stay with us.
This is Billy Richard. You're watching Rattlers Live.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. Our 1 year extravaganza. Talking Rattlers, where the banter is never out of season. Your original heroes, protagonists, David Tovar, Chad Peters with me. Chad, what a wonderful year it's been.
Good to see you again, David.
Good to see you as well. And what a year. What a year it's been. Talking Rattlers. The banter has not gotten out of season just yet.
No, as we promised from the start, it's been in season pretty much the whole way through. And it's been a lot of good seasons, from softball last year, baseball's national run, basketball, road trips.
Remember we did that show on the bus?
Yeah, that was probably one of the funniest moments. If you don't remember that one, we did a Talking Rattlers live from the Rattler bus. They were going off to Midwestern State for the regional tournament.
To Wichita Falls?
We were kind of holding up Tony in the bus drive there. But they did it. Coach Z and the guys obliged for us. That was a lot of fun, setting up our little equipment station and taking it all down.
This past year, we've had a blast. You and I, we along with Scott Fonger and our ESPN correspondent, Raul Tovar, we went over to Wichita Falls. Shout out to the big man. We went out to Wichita Falls. We got to spend our Talking Rattler time over there. And then you went over to Cary with everybody else for the men's baseball national bid.
And that was a lot of fun. I still remember the turtle. You know, if any of the Rattler baseball players are watching this, they'll know what I'm talking about, the turtle in the dugout. And filming the dog pile scene, watching the trainer, Nathan Byerly, kind of flop onto the top of the pile there. Probably the high point of my professional career, to be honest with you.
I wish I was there. That's definitely one of those things you got to be there.
One of those things is I saw him jumping on there. I had debated myself, hey, if we're fortunate enough to win this thing, and I run out there with the guys and I film this dog pile, do I dare jump in on top of it? And I started thinking, well, my phone could get a cleat, could break it. That could be a huge disaster.
Yeah.
And as I saw Nate jump on, I was like, I'm really glad he bit that bullet instead of me. So Nate, if you're watching, thank you, big guy.
Yeah, and a lot of folks that make this engine go, you got to start with our MVP, Robin Johnson.
Behind the mic today, or behind the camera.
And she's been terrific. Just our RattlerAthletics.com, as we mentioned in the first segment, a brand new RattlerAthletics.com, and she's just always behind that. So shout out to Robin Johnson, Tony Morano with his photographs, and they're on the website now.
Yeah, finally you see just how brilliant of photography he shoots. If you haven't checked out the new website, check out those photographs. You get to see on there just how good of shots he takes. And you can also buy them. There's some links and redirects in the photo gallery to his website. And so if you're interested in buying those portraits and those action shots, be sure to give him your business.
And then everybody behind RattlerAthletics.com, Joe Rodriguez, Holden Hose, Nolan Senft, Kayleen Zelznak, Scott Fonger. How could I forget? I mentioned him earlier. I mean, just everybody who makes this Rattler train go and who's made Talking Rattler success. And, I think with a new website.
Yeah, and along those lines, David, we have a kind of a 1-year anniversary gift for you.
Oh gosh!
It's your own column on that new website with that brilliant new display. It's David Tovar's column. A professional risk on my part here. I'm giving this man. I've given him a mic for all this time. Now I'm giving him a column. So this is a little bit of a risk. But
to my credit, I haven't let you down yet. I haven't let you down with that mic. So and thank you so much, Chad Peters, RattlerAthletics.com.
Tovar's Take. Tovar's Take. Be sure to check that out. His story already up. Take 1 is up for this issue, and Golden New is the headline to look out for.
Yeah, and I'm so thankful I get to do that. I got a present for you too.
Yeah,
I can't leave you out. You haven't seen it yet. He hasn't seen it. This is unrehearsed.
This is live TV.
This is live TV. You gotta love it. From our handy dandy bookstore. So I really chilled out a lot on this one.
Is it safe to reach my hand?
It's safe to reach in there. I know you would love it. I know. It's your favorite drink in the world. I got one for myself, too. Cheers to 1 year.
The unofficial sponsor of Talking Rattlers.
Unofficial sponsor for you. And it's not shaking. You can open it. It's fine. It's safe. It's I have a drink myself. Cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
Here's to 1 year of Talking Rattlers. We've got to thank you as well, our loyal viewers. Talking Rattlers will be back where the banter is never out of season. Chad Peters, David Tovar with you.
This is Jonathan Perez, and you're watching Rattlers Live.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. Our 1 year extravaganza of Talking Rattlers continues. Joe Rodriguez back with me. And throughout this whole show, I've forgotten that one thing that's going on this weekend. Men's baseball, women's softball, men's and women's basketball. But that's that other thing going on. What's going on?
Maybe on Sunday? I don't know.
Super Sunday?
Football.
Football?
Arbor Bowl.
The Super Bowl 47 taking place Sunday. So, Joe, quickly, who you got? It's decision time.
Well, I'm going to have to go with the Ravens. I picked them again last week. I went 2 for 2 on my picks.
Yeah, congratulations.
And reason is, I got to believe in Ray Lewis.
I
really do. I believe in him. I believe that defense. Now, the only thing that really, really scares me about this 49ers team is their offensive line. But let's take a look at who the Ravens beat to get here. They beat Tom Brady, they beat Peyton Manning, and they beat Andrew Luck. That's 3 really good.
It's a who's. Yeah.
All right. And David, who do you have?
Not just to make it interesting. This has been my pick for the last couple of weeks. I got my 49ers. I love me some Kaepernick. I love how he's playing. I'm a West Coast guy. Shout out to the Bay. So I got my 49ers in a barn burner. That's on Tovar's Take on the brand new RattlerAthletics.com. And so, it should be a Super Sunday regardless. I'm excited for the food, the chips, the salsa, the dip, all that, and the commercials. Always one of my favorite parts.
Should be. Doritos usually has some good ones, and they're always funny.
The Volkswagen might come up with another good one. Yeah, sure. Nonetheless, Rattler fans, remember, we are on the all-new, the brand-new RattlerAthletics.com. You're probably watching Rattlers replay right now. RattlerAthletics.com. It's brand new. Remember to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/St. Mary's Rattlers. Joe's following us on Twitter. You should follow us as well. at St. Mary's Rattlers. And, of course, for the latest on all of the Rattler Athletics, the brand new, did I say it already?
You did.
What's the brand new website?
RattlerAthletics.com.
For Joe Rodriguez, David Tovar, it has been our 1 year extravaganza of Talking Rattlers. We thank you so much. The banter, never out of season.